most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
Why did it do that again? Why did it mute me again?
Oh, no.
Okay, all right. This is obviously a new feature in StreamYard where when you do the intro, it starts you off muted. So fucking weird, bro. Why would they change a feature like that?
My mics. I'm like, hold on, let's give you the signal.
I need to look at you for the cue on that. All right, guys, let's try this again. Okay, folks. Welcome back, fight fans, to another exciting episode of the MMAnomaly Show. I'm your host, Olin, aka MMAnomaly. Now that I'm not muted, and with me, as usual, is the co-host with the most, who luckily has his fucking mic in check and figured out. We are here to talk about some boxing. We are here to talk about Jake Paul coming in against Anthony Joshua, as well as some of these other fights on the undercard. But before we jump into it, Nano, my guy, how the hell are you?
Doing fantastic, brother. It is Thursday, aka Friday Junior. Great to see you and great to hear you. I know there was a little bit of discrepancies there to start off, but as Rob Rex said, killing the vibe a little bit, but we keep it moving. That's all it is. Appreciate you for sticking with us there, bearing with us. Lethal Sugar, you as well. I was equally as confused. I think we all were, but you know what? We keep it rocking and rolling around here, and it is Judgment Day. We're on the dawn of Judgment Day, as it is so marketed here on Netflix. Brother, we got a little boxing to go over, and hence the shirts I see with the Mike Tyson. I got Muhammad Ali, just a couple of goats around here. Come on, baby. Let's go. Can't wait to dive in, brother.
Let's go, brother. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about these fights. And we're not only going to be covering the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight, we're going to be talking about a little bit of these undercard fights as well, right? We're going to skip over a few. We're just going to go over the ones that we're excited about, or rather that we know of at least one of the two contenders in these bouts of. So I say we skip past Keno Marley versus Diarra Davis. We skip past Justin Cardona versus Avius Griffin, and we skip past Yokasta Valle versus Yadira Bustillos. And we find ourselves in the undisputed female bantamweight title bout between Cherneka Sugar Neeks Johnson coming in against undefeated Amanda Galle. My gosh, I am very excited for this fight. If you don't know who Sugar Neeks is, my goodness, I would advise you to do a quick Google search on Cherneka Johnson. She might become your favorite female boxer. She's fantastic, man. 18-2 in her professional boxing career. Coming off of a couple of stoppages, right? She had Nina Hughes' corner throw in the towel in round number 7, 46 seconds in. And then in her next bout, her most recent bout against Sharetta Metcalf, she got a doctor stoppage in round 9, just 2 seconds in. The doctor had seen enough and called a stop to the action. But she's coming in here against Amanda Galle, or maybe it's Galle. But either way, this chick fighting out of Canada is an absolute beast. She's 12-0. If you don't know about her, you don't even have to look at tape. Just go to her Tapology page. They have a great picture that tells you pretty much what you need to know. Power left hook, rocking a chick in her fucking picture. She typically gets it done by decision from what I've seen. More often than not, she only has one actual finish in her pro career. That was against Luz Elena Martinez. And that was a KO 2 minutes into round number 2. I'm going to be completely honest. I think Cherneka Johnson, Sugar Neeks, she sizes up the distance really well. She cuts angles really well, and she's just a consummate professional inside of that square circle, right? I think she's going to look to lead the dance and land the power shots at range, while her opponent's going to try and work her way in and land those power shots like hooks and uppercuts. I'm going with the heavy favorite here. She's currently sitting as a minus 1100. Am I betting on this one? No, dude. Those odds got no juice behind them for me. But I definitely like Cherneka Sugar Neeks Johnson in this one. Nano, do you have a dog in this race? Are you having tech issues? Is Lethal Sugar right here?
I was at first, but I am back, baby. Back like I never left. Making sure everything's nice and dialed in here for this boxing card. And that's exactly what I'm going to be come tomorrow night watching this one. I think Neeks has all the tools to go out there and get it done. She's representing New Zealand out there in Melbourne, 30 years young, on a 3-fight win streak, 18-2 record. Even though her opponent is undefeated, I think it's important to note here in boxing, it's a little different. It's a little different path here to the pros. Even their amateur career as well could not be maybe indicative of their pro record. But this is an interesting bout because you look at the odds, and Cherneka Johnson should go out there and get it done. She's a heavy favorite, minus 900 on our DraftKings sports book, our preferred book to go out there and get it done from the betting side of things. But Neeks is solid, man. I mean, Neeks goes out there. She's got a high guard. She really moves well. She's constantly moving forward. And a lot of the times you see that pressure really start to pay dividends as it goes later in the rounds. And that's what boxing boils down to. You got to have the skills. You got to have the X's and O's. But really, man, you got to have next level cardio. You got to go in there. You can't take any shortcuts during the training camp because it will peek its dirty little head at some point here in boxing. Could really get exposed real quick. And I think Neeks is probably going to go out there and do what she does best, and that's throw fisticuffs on her opponent and have a good showcase and on a big stage as well, right? I mean, I think one thing we can appreciate with Jake Paul and all the antics is, hey, this is a boxing match on Netflix on a Friday night, not competing with Dana and the Saturday night events that we hold near and dear to our heart. But this is going to be a fun one. And, shout out Jake Paul and Netflix and everyone making this happen so the world could see, all these people put on a show, man. But that's exactly what Neek's going to do. Put on a show. That's for show. Let's go.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. I was just looking at the odds on DraftKings while you were talking, and I was trying to see if maybe there are any round props or knockdown props. There's only knockdown prop bets on the main and co-main event, which sucks, man. And yeah, Lethal Sugar, I was actually going to bring that up later in the night. I wasn't sure if Nano even knew about this, but Andrew Tate is fighting this weekend as well. He's fighting on Saturday against Chase Demoor from Perfect Match and other Netflix shows. My God, Chase Demoor is going to get bodied, isn't he?
Yeah, he definitely is. I've been seeing a lot of the chirp and a lot of the pressers and whatnot, and it's definitely cringy. It's probably the cringiest one I've seen in a while, but Tate's certainly not feeding into it. And I mean, he has a legitimate background. Yeah, I mean, I think he just knows he's gonna go out there and handle business.
Yeah.
Wonder how good his cardio would be with all the cigars he smokes, but for some reason I thought that was on this card, but I'm surprised that they're doing their own promotion. Maybe he feels
so Andrew Tate actually bought Misfits Boxing this year.
Okay. Got it.
So he's the new CEO of Misfits Boxing. So he's the boss, and now he's actually fighting on his own card. And he basically said, like, Chase Demoor, you talk shit about me, so I bought the organization that you box in. Now I'm your boss, and you have to fight me, otherwise you get fired. And after you fight me, you're probably going to get fired anyways because you're a shit boxer. He's a fucking. I don't like the guy, but man, he's an elite level troll, huh?
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna piece up Chase. You mentioned his cardio. I'll be honest, I don't think he actually needs cardio for somebody like Chase Demoor. Like, the guy gets punched or close to getting punched, and he starts like doing all this shit like he's never been in a fight, bro.
Crazy, yeah, it's bad. It's
Oh
bad.
yeah,
He's
no,
insane
Lethal
at
Sugar.
football.
That's a real thing, bro. I think the quote that he said is like, "This is why you don't insult the banker because you never know," or "This is why you don't insult your neighbor because you never know when your neighbor is going to get rich enough to purchase the bank that you do business with, and then that's the person that's signing your checks." Now I've become the banker. I am the CEO. I am the boss of the organization that this young man who talked trash about me fights for. He has to fight me. He has no choice. Like dude, it's so good. God, I wish I had that much money so I could achieve that level of petty, bro.
Fact.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, the level of trolling, like that's almost as bad as the dude that's fighting this weekend as well that adopted his opponent's son legally right before their fight. Did you hear about that?
What? No, I did not.
Yeah, some I think it was an MMA fighter. He it's like a regional thing. While they're on stage doing the media press thing, it's him on one side, his opponent on the other side. He has a woman come out with the legal documents and hand them to him, and he's like, "By the way, I just legally adopted your son since you're a deadbeat dad." Like,
The lengths they go. I mean, how does that even
brother,
the foresight and the legality, the logistics of this? I mean, my goodness.
you think when the kid's like 10, he goes back and shows him that video, he's like, "That's your real daddy. I beat him up, and now I'm your daddy." Like, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I got two daddies now. Yeah, I guess it's the world we're in. What a power move. What a chess move right there.
Dude, right? And then this is the perfect comment. What is this, Jerry Springer? Pretty much. Yeah.
Great show. Great show.
Oh, man. Such a good one. Such a good one. They don't make them like they used to, huh? So speaking of that, man, we got to talk about another boxer here. This one's for the WBC World Female Lightweight title. A lot of titles on the line on this card, guys. This one is between Camilla Panatta and Sweet Caroline Dubois. And I mean, if you recognize the name Dubois, that's because her brother is a world famous boxer as well, right? Anthony Dubois. This chick is a fucking monster, Sweet Caroline. I mean, her nickname may be Sweet Caroline, but she's not so sweet, right? She rips hooks to the body. She stacks TKOs up. And I mean, if I'm being honest, like as far as the tape study I did, what stood out to me the most was the amount of body work that she does. But before I take all the meat off the bone, Nano, I'll let you take the lead on this one. What are your thoughts on this bout?
Oh, yeah, brother. This is going to be, I think, a landslide victory for Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never feel so good. So good.
So good.
So good. It's going to be such a good fight, but I do think the favorite's going to go out there and get it done. Caroline, Dubois is certainly game. She's 10 years younger than her opponent. Fighting out of England. You know they got a lot of good boxers out there, and I think the thing that really separates her is, like you said, the body work, but it's her strength in the southpaw, and it just feels like, and I use that snowball avalanche metaphor for a reason, because it feels like once she starts getting the ball rolling, like it's downhill, man. Like you don't want to be on the end of those combinations where she starts stringing together 5, 7, 10 punch combos, really starts to hurt the girls and starts knocking them down. And I think we might see a few knockdowns on this Friday fight here. But yeah, give me Sweet Caroline. Good times. That felt so good, brother. What about you? How you feeling about this one? Let me know.
Same, man. Minus 3,500 odds are fucking wild. We've never seen anything like that in the sport of mixed martial arts. As I think it was Lethal Sugar said earlier, boxing odds are garbage. It's true.
Fair.
It's true. There's not a lot of juice to be squeezed on a lot of these fights here. But I digress. I'm going with the favorite. She's a landslide for a reason. I think this is probably going to be a landslide victory. And I mean, it's going to be a tough one, right? Plus 1,300 are the odds for a reason for Camilla Panatta, and she has a very uphill battle coming in against the knockout artist and kind of the body bagger in Sweet Caroline Dubois. This chick is 8-2, fighting out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Born in Italy. She's an Italian stallion. Maybe she's got that Rocky in her, but I just don't know, man. All of her fights, aside from her debut in professional boxing, have gone to the decision. I don't think this one's going to go decision, though. And I definitely don't think she's going to get a 1 minute and 11-second knockout in round number 1 like she did in her debut. I think Carlone has a lot of other things for her in store. She's going to go to work early on the body, land those hooks. She likes to come in, bottle up, almost Tyson style, and just really throw heat to the body. And then as soon as she gets her opponent to drop their guard a little bit, she feints to the body, boom, and just comes across the top and really just knocks them in that jawline. So, yeah, give me Sweet Carlone all day here. I think she goes out here and gets it done inside the distance. If and when odds release on that, if there's any juice to be squeezed on the inside the distance line, I will probably be taking that. And with that being said, we're going to move into the main card, or at least one of the fights on it, between two names that you folks might recognize being mixed martial arts degenerates like ourselves. We're talking about an Anderson, the Spider, Silva, and Tyron, the Chosen One, Woodley, or as, what's his face? Gold Covington likes to call him Tyquill, right? Nano, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one too, man. What, like, first and foremost, before you tell me who you think wins, how do you feel seeing two MMA legends like this at the age they are stepping into the square circle to box one another?
Yeah, didn't love it. I think the first person that caught my eye was seeing Anderson, the Spider, Silva, one of my favorite fighters of all time. So seeing his bald head up there, knowing he's 50 years of age, actual age, certainly on the back nine there. And yeah, couldn't imagine someone close to my dad's age going out there and getting into a fist fight in the arena, or I mean any sort of stage like this. It's shocking for sure. And then to see that it's a Tyron, the Chosen One, Woodley, who's 0-2 in his boxing career thus far, wanted to come out here and I guess see what he's got at 43 years of age, somehow the far younger opponent, and I believe is the slight underdog still. So a little bit of disrespect there, but I think it's one of those things. Anderson Silva still has those hands, and those things are like 7-Eleven, man. They're always open, never going out of business on every corner. They're tried and true. And I think that's what we're going to see here come Friday night. I do feel that Anderson should still be slick enough, should be able to avoid the heavy punches. And the thing in this sport, you can kind of clinch up a little bit and you can do some little gamesmanship to make sure you're out of harm's way. But then again, it's a lot of years to live, and a lot of punches will be thrown. And Tyron Woodley's going to want to go out there and get a W for his first boxing match here in his third outing, I should say. But I'm curious, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch it. Like you said, we're degenerates and this is what we do, but not happy about it. How you feeling, brother?
I know you're right about it. Yeah, man. I mean, look, the first thing that comes to mind to me is, I mean, when breaking this down, right? Tyron Woodley fought predominantly at what, 170? Yeah. And this fight is taking place at 195. Anderson Silva fought from 170 to 185 to 205 across UFC and Pride. And he has wins in all of those weight classes. Tyron Woodley hasn't had a win in 170 in years. So for me, that's already stacking the cards very heavily against Tyron Woodley. You're giving a man that works better with extra weight. And he's already going to be faster, already going to have more pop in his punches. You're just giving him more to sit down on at that point, bro. And I almost feel like because of that and so many more things, the original fight we were supposed to get would have been so much better served, right? It's the same poster I've got here. They just would have been wearing, 12-ounce gloves, 10-ounce gloves for the boxing match. Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman. That's what we were supposed to get. Chris Weidman unfortunately had to pull out. We have a late replacement in Tyron Woodley. Another reason the cards are somewhat stacked against him. This is a short notice replacement. Make no mistake about it. Yeah, the cards are stacked against the guy. I just think he's not as good of a boxer. He's a great fighter, but they're not fighting in there. They're boxing in there. And when it comes down to it, Anderson Silva is a significantly better boxer, right? You could put currently 1 unit on Anderson Silva to get 1.36 back. You'd basically have to put 3 units on him in order to get even 1 unit back. And that's pretty steep because Tyron Woodley always has a puncher's chance. And I'm not willing to bet that 3 units just to get 1 measly unit back. It ain't worth it. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. But if I were betting, I'd be betting on Anderson Silva, folks. Let us know in the chat. Are you betting on this fight? Are you staying away from it like it is a fucking live grenade or what? And with that being said, let's move into a co-main event that has not 1, not 2, but 3 titles on the line. The IBF, WBO, and WBA World Female Super Featherweight titles all on the line for this bout between Leila, Beaudoin, and Alycia Baumgardner. I mean, I'll be honest, like, I think this fight is going to be fairly one-way traffic. I don't think it's 100% one-way traffic, right? But at the same time, I genuinely think that Alycia Baumgardner, man, she's a lot more than just a pretty face, right? I know a lot of people know her because she has such a pretty face, but she's a fucking elite world-class level boxer, this gal. She comes out there and, again, controls range, controls distance. She has multiple belts around her waist. Even in her Tapology picture, you can see just by glancing at it, kids, she's got 5 belts. 2 on each arm and 1 around her waist. She's putting multiple on the line this weekend, and I think she's doing it for good reason. Again, she just looks like a world breaker out there. She's 16-1. She has not lost since 2018 to Cristina Linarattarao, which is just a fun last name. Again, this chick can go the distance and win a unanimous decision. She can also cut you up and have a doctor stop it in the 3rd or 4th round. She can also knock you out with an overhand or a straight right hand down the pipe in the very first round. She's done it to the likes of Cristina Del Valle Pacheco in just 1 minute and 46 seconds of their fight. Like, the chick has bombs in her hands, right? That is why her nickname is The Bomb. Alycia The Bomb Baumgardner. I just think she goes out here and makes quick work of the opposition. I do think that Leila Beaudoin, I think that's how you say it, is she's a beast in her own right? 13-1, she's definitely coming up. But she also just recently lost to Elizabeth Chavez via unanimous decision just 2 short years ago. And Elizabeth Chavez is definitely no Alycia Baumgardner. The chick is 4-8, right? So not the winningest record. If that gal is able to beat you, I know MMA math doesn't work. Boxing math works about the same. But, dude, I think we just got to call a spade here. I don't even see odds on this fight. I think Vegas is staying the fuck away from this one, bro. I don't know if you're seeing odds on this one on your end, but DraftKings is giving me nothing on this fight. But I'd imagine Alycia Baumgardner is another very hefty favorite here. And I got to think you're probably taking the same line. Nano, what are you thinking?
Yeah, definitely a weird one from a odds perspective. I wasn't able to find the Anderson Silva Tyron Woodley lines, but it sounds like you're having trouble with this one. Yeah, Alycia Baumgardner currently for me here is minus 1,400, minus 1,400, with Leila Beaudoin coming in at plus 750. And I mean, the odds alone, you know, it's tough to see this, right? Coming from the MMA world, 16-1 versus 13-1. Why is it so much of a landslide? But the bomb, Alycia, is thebomb.com, man. I mean, she certainly looks the part, looks absolutely fierce in the face-to-face. And then you go out there and turn on the tape, and the speed is really what stands out. I mean, her natural southpaw, really dominant, prefers that position. But, man, she can lace them up with the best of them. She's got some really great speed, really great reactions. And I think that's where Leila Beaudoin on paper is a taller opponent who doesn't necessarily move her chin off that center line as much as I'd like to see. She kind of keeps her head and body relatively on that same plane. And what happens is, though she's bigger, has the reach, and is tough as nails, there certainly are some holes there that I think Alycia Baumgardner is definitely going to go out there and expose and capitalize on. And to your point, it's going to be, you know, how tough is Leila? Can she last into the later rounds? We know what's at stake. Like you said, not just one, not just two, but 3 belts. That's big, you know, for the boxing world. That's a big one, right? You love to see unification of belts, or someone that's willing to put them all out there on the line. And no better card to do it, no better platform than Friday night on the Jake Paul Anthony Joshua undercard as the co-main event of the evening. I'm excited, man, and I hope they put on a great show and continue to represent boxing well, man. Let's do it. But give me Alycia all the way. Give me the bomb, like tick tick.
Give me the bomb, he says. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. And you can currently bet on Leila Beaudoin to be knocked down at plus 175 odds. Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. You put a half unit on that and get 1.37 back. I think I might have to do it, folks. I might have to do it. And with that, let's talk about this main event of the evening, Nano. Let's talk about Jake Paul. Jake the Snake coming in against Anthony Joshua. Mr. AJ, Mr. World Class, Mr. fucking Olympian. The man, the myth, the legend, coming in here to end Jake Paul once and for all. Shout out Lazy Bed in the chat, my guy. We see you, brother. Hope you enjoy these boxing fights this weekend. And Jax, belt to ass, just like Alycia said. Baumgardner wins again. Let's go, brother. All day, bro. She said belt to ass and she said buckle to ass. Like, she was going in, dog. And I love to see it. Also, hope you're having a great day, man. Love seeing you in here. Nano, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. I'm going to pour up a shot for this main event. My goodness. I think we might finally get what we've been hoping to see happen. We might finally get to see Jake get cracked.
Sheesh, we're finally getting some
really
proper violence. Yeah, it is. And man, as you're pointing per shot, I'm glad to see all the antics. I'm glad to see Jake having fun and doing his thing. But all jokes aside, I'm worried for the kid.
I'm scared. I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Cheers, folks. If you're drinking, drink with us. If not, that's fine too. Either way, we hope that you've already liked, commented, subscribed, and smash that bell for notifications. Cheers to you, folks. Happy holidays.
Hello. Have a holly jolly day, y'all. And holiday.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, kids.
There it is.
So you cover them all. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't celebrate, have a fucking happy Wednesday or whatever fucking day it takes place on, you know?
True.
That's what I said to my clients. I was like, hey, like whenever it was Thanksgiving, I was like, hey, have a happy Thanksgiving. And if you don't celebrate, I hope it's one of the better Thursdays of the year for you, you know? Enjoy the day off of work.
Absolutely. There you go. It's a little win.
So, Nano, tell the people, man, how do you see this one going, bro? Do you think Jake goes out here? Do you think it's a fix? Do you think the fix is in? Or do you think AJ is going to make it right?
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, brother. I'm excited as everyone else is. I love seeing all the commentary around it. I love hearing about all the conspiracy theories. I'm all about putting my tinfoil hat on just like the next guy or gal. And I think it's every bit of what we think it's going to be. It's probably what it's going to be, right? I think sometimes we tend to overthink fights or get so far ahead of ourselves, especially in the boxing world. Like, let's remember there was a time and place where the heavyweight champ of the world at that time, he's on your shirt, Mike Tyson. You put all this prep, you think of all these things that are going to happen, and then just like in most of those highlights on MMAnomaly's shirt there, it's over within the first few seconds. It's over before it even got started. And I think that is potentially what's going to happen here. Unless, to your point, and that's where I think Anthony Joshua, who is representing boxing on this one, right? Let's call it what it is. He's representing legacy boxing and real boxers out there. A legitimate Olympian, legitimate heavyweight champion. Though he's had some hard times, still a good record overall, excuse me. And has all the skills, and obviously look at him, he's huge, right? Now on paper, aside from the power and the brash and the charisma and everything else, I mean he's still quick enough to move. I know Jake Paul was talking about his speed or lack thereof, but he's got the fighting IQ, and I think where he may not be as sprint fast, or maybe Jake Paul can snap a jab a little bit quicker than an Anthony Joshua. I mean, he is smaller. But where he lacks in the speed, he knows in the IQ game. He knows every bit of distances and any game Jake's going to try and go out there and deploy. And that's, holding him in the clinch and ripping the body, or trying to get a couple freebies there inside and close. Because that's really what you want to do. You don't want to be on the end of any of Anthony Joshua's punches. And if you're Jake, though you're typically used to being the bigger, stronger, faster guy, that's obviously not going to be the case here. So And I just think Anthony Joshua's not going to really respect the power. Like, I do think he's going to come in there a little cocky. And if you're his coaches, you're telling him, hey, stick to your game plan. Not pretend, but I guess treat him like he's a pro boxer. Like, you're going into a fight. He's trying to take your head off just as much as you want to go out there and take his off. So I think a lot of things to factor in here, my brother. I'll get off my soapbox and just quickly say, excited for the fight. I'm glad we have something on a Friday night like this on Netflix during the holidays. Couldn't have come at a better time as UFC takes a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of vacation, if you will. Yeah, man, shout out Jake Paul for helping put all this together. You know, he's getting cashed out for it. And to think that he was going to fight Gervonta Davis and now he's going to fight Anthony Joshua. I mean, to someone like myself who just wants to see violence and people challenge themselves, nothing but mad respect. Big ups for Jake Paul on this one. And give me Anthony Joshua in 1. Come on. Anthony Joshua in 1. Quit playing.
Quit playing, man. Come on now.
Quit playing, man.
Come on, Skip. Lethal Sugar says, either of you think it's worth a sprinkle for Jake Paul? I mean, he's had some BS fights already. Is there a world where Jake Paul can get a close, possibly bad decision? Yes, that world exists. But I'm here to tell you, if you're going to do that, Lethal Sugar, be smart. Be smart, my guy. I would say don't bet it outright. Like, don't take on my money line. Odds aren't juiced enough for me on that. I would rather see you make a prettier penny there. And you can currently look at the knockdown props and take Jake Paul to win and under 1.5 knockdowns, meaning Jake Paul gets a bad decision win and knocks Anthony Joshua down less than 2 times. That's plus 1,300 currently. Plus 1,300. Yeah. Pretty juicy. And then in the same vein, if you think that Anthony Joshua wins, my question to you, Nano, and I'll propose it to you before we get an answer from the chat on this. If Anthony Joshua wins, do you think that he knocks Jake Paul down more than once?
Yeah. I could see it even ending by the 3 knockdowns in a round. Let's remember, all it takes is for Jake to get onto a knee, which could be from an actual punch, could be just from hurting from a liver shot or wanting a breather. Like, I could see him kind of doing the quick, like, oh, I'm dropped. Give me a second. Like, it didn't like that. That's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Plus 105.
Yeah.
Plus 105 are the odds right now for Anthony Joshua to win and get over 1.5 knockdowns. I think we're going to take the juice on that. I think we're going to do 2 units on that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Lethal Sugar asking, how many rounds is it? I believe it's 8, but I could be wrong. So let's see. Yeah, 8 3-minute rounds. 8
3-minute rounds. I think Underdogs had... hold on, let me pull this up real quick on my phone. Underdogs had a pretty juiced line earlier, I believe. You can bet on the fight to go over 10 minutes. Which...
ooh, that'd be 3.5 rounds, so almost half of it.
I mean, you could bet the under as well.
True.
Oh, there's a 50% boost? Oh, I didn't apply that earlier. I'm going to have to do more bets on Underdogs. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Every single time.
Yeah. Oh, so the over-under is break-even odds on 10.5 minutes. And then the over-unders on punches landed for Jake Paul is 24.5. And for Anthony Joshua is 32.5. They've actually got some pretty solid odds here. They've even got odds on the as far down as the Tyron Woodley versus Anderson Silva fight. So we'll probably put together some Underdogs bets after the show. We'll converse, and if we lock anything in, you guys will be the first to know. Make sure you're locked and loaded on Twitter at MMAnomaly. We'll be posting those there, and Nano will be posting those on Threads as well. And I mean, last but certainly not least, man, this Misfits card. We're not going to talk about any fights other than Chase Demoor, which, I mean, he's chasing some more abuse by signing up to fight Andrew Tate. But my goodness, I genuinely think Andrew Tate is going to be like, I don't know, man, like Scar from Lion King, just like playing with his food in that one scene.
Yeah, exactly that.
And I don't think there's anything Chase Demoor can do to be prepared, you know? I think he's going to get fucked up in there. I think it's going to be bad news bears. I think Andrew Tate hits really hard. As much as I don't like him, he's a major douchebag, but guy hits like a tank, and he has a pretty solid arsenal of straight shots and just fundamentals. I'm not sure. Like, do you see this fight going any differently? Do you think Chase has a shot in hell here?
I do not, my brother. I'm on the same boat as you, and I think I have that tainted image of seeing some of the viral clips of him throwing punches that just look ridiculous. But I know that was a while ago. I know he's gotten better. He's been training and doing all that good stuff. But, you know, you put him in there against just a random dude at a bar that's drunk. Sure. I mean, I think he can do some damage. But we're talking about Andrew Tate, someone that has fought at the highest level and has shown he has the skills to go out there and, I mean, hurt people legitimately. You know, I mean, granted, can't do any of the leg kicks or anything like that. I know he's more of a kickboxer type, but he has some heavy hands. He knows how to take a punch. He's been in those deep waters before. I just and I appreciate Chase Demoor's hype of the fighting, hyping up this fight, excuse me, and giving it some sort of narrative and leaning into that heel and hey, I mean, let's be honest, not Andrew Tate's a polarizing guy. So you're going to go out there, take your jabs, do your stuff. Could appreciate all that and the gamesmanship, but no. To your point, I think Chase Demoor is going to have a rough night out there. It's going to be Andrew Tate going out there, putting on a legit beating. And who knows, maybe Jake Paul and Andrew Tate can square up after this. I can certainly draw some headlines. But, yeah, man, it's a crazy one. So Friday and Saturday, we got some things to look forward to. Let's go.
And that's not it, man. It gets worse than watching Chase Demoor walk into his funeral. I'm going to pull this comment up as I play the sad violin. Tony Ferguson is fighting too.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's fighting an undefeated boxer named Warren Spencer, the mechanic, on the Chase Demoor versus Andrew Tate card. Misfits boxing.
Oh, no.
But you know what? Tony Ferguson is technically 1-0 in boxing. So they almost have the same record, 1-0 versus 2-0. It's the mechanic versus El Kukui. And Tapology, out of 199 people that have picked on this crazy shit, 91% of them think that Tony Ferguson's going to win. 72% of them think he's going to win by knockout. Is that the craziest thing you've heard all day?
I mean, we're delusional. I've heard some crazy stuff today, specifically. Yeah, I guess that might be the craziest thing.
Might be the craziest thing. I'll drink to that. I mean,
I know that. I agree.
I know that. All right, last shot of the show, folks. Cheers to you. Cheers to us. All the fuss and the muss. We're closing out this year strong, folks. Hopefully these boxing matches deliver, and hopefully Tony can retire on another win in boxing. Cheers. Let's go.
Salute. Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Man, I
that
can't
was the realest.
Tony Ferguson is boxing. What a guy. I mean, he did beat Salt Poppy. I thought Salt Poppy was going to lay him out.
Yeah, me too.
Salt Poppy's pretty fucking legit.
Yeah. He's got some skills.
This is exactly it, Lethal Sugar. Like, a Tony win would be cool, but holy shit, guy. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's just unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
Can we not? He also said Chase Demoor is going to take his whooping. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hopefully he takes it in stride. With that being said, folks, cheers to you. Cheers to us. And we really, really hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. We're going to try and get at least one filler episode in next week. We'll see how it pans out with all the holiday stuff going on, all the hustle and bustle. But either way, we really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. For every episode you were able to tune in this year, it means the world to us seeing you all in the chat and just getting to hang out with you all for however long we are live. Today was a short one, hitting the 39-minute mark right now. But again, we appreciate each and every one of you, whether you were here for the last minute, the first minute, or all 39 minutes. And with that being said, if you're betting on these cards, only bet with money you can lose. But we hope you win a whole lot of it back. And if you're not betting, and if you didn't care about any of the stuff we just said, that's fine. right? If you do nothing else at all that we really ask is that you keep on going and you keep on growing. And we really hope we see you next time. Let's go.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.